My background is I'm Indian, Gujarati, and my parents came from India, a settlement in Zambia. And I was born in Livingston, which is 3 miles from Victoria Falls. I did my O-levels, and then I decided I want to come here. So my cousin, we really had to persuade our parents, because Asian parents are, they don't want their daughters to go away. But in the end, they agreed. And we came here in '66, and we landed in London. My other cousin came to pick us up, and he took us in Manchester, and he already found us a flat, so we were staying there. When I came, I saw, first thing was exciting, and then I felt cold, and we went and bought jumpers and winter coat and everything, so we were comfortable. Had to light a fire, because in a rented place there's no central heating. And 4 o'clock used to go dark, so I used to cry. What have I done? Where have I come? So my impression coming to England was nothing what I imagined as a little girl, with snow and beautiful place outside, and it was nothing like that. So I was disappointed. And I was just thinking, why did I come? So I had an interview in Manchester at Wythenshawe Hospital. So I went there for an interview, and I got it. Then I got married, and I left my nursing, which I'm very naughty of me, because I was on the 3rd year. I never finished it, because my idea was to go home, take him back, and make him work at my dad's, and have a wonderful life like my mother, a housewife. That was my wonderful idea. Anyway, got married, and after a few months I told him, so he says, no, I'm not coming to your parents. I'll never live under your parents' roof. So I had no choice but to stay there. We came to Nottingham in 1974, and initially my husband came first, and he found a job, and he was staying with our friend. And one of the guy in the work, Asian guy, found him a flat in Sneinton, a 2-bedroom, and that flat had a toilet outside, bathroom in the kitchen. It had a lounge, it had a kitchen, and 2-bedroom. In Nottingham, the brand new council houses were given to preference to white people. And then the used ones were given to the ethnic minority. And this is a fact. It's not a lie, it's a fact. I've got no hesitation in saying that. And it hurt me. If you applied in Woollerton or West Bridgford, or good areas, you wouldn't get it. No chance you get it. Personally, I had no racism problem in Debenhams. Not even single incident. The incidents what's happened is in the bigger companies. When I was there, I became a departmental manager once my manager retired, and I had no problem. Only thing is that, but then the rule applied for everybody, because my dad died and I wanted to go to India and they won't give me time off. So I had to leave. So I left that job, but it was like blessings in disguise, because I went to India, came back, and started looking for a job in job center, and I saw a job as a travel clerk, and I applied. And also my just luck all the way through, that in the airline where I went to work, he was in Africa, so he was used to Asians. So when my interview went quite well, and he offered me a job as a clerk there. The director's daughter was working with me, and she and other 2 colleagues of hers, I went to the toilet, and she put a sticker on my back saying, applied for a job, I hope you're good, and all sorts, at the back, and sellotaped it. I was so upset, but I didn't even say, I didn't do anything. That did it, that I just started losing confidence. The confidence I built up at Debenhams, I lost it all. I went again somewhere and I find a note. Your place is at home, you've got young children. You shouldn't be working full time, you should be home looking after the children. So she started like that. And then all of a sudden, she's shouting across, "Hey, you foreigners, dump them in the sea." And I just went berserk. Because I have never suffered anything like that in my life. Because I've got white friends I had back home. Debenhams was wonderful. And I thought, what am I going to do? So I went off sick. So one of the English friend of mine, Brenda, don't mind mentioning her name because she was lovely. And she rang me and she says, "What's going on?" So I told her. So she went to see my manager. So my manager was shocked that all this was going on. And so I was off sick 3 weeks. Anyway, he made sure I went back. He encouraged me to go back. I went back. And because what she did, and not because of that, but it's also because of my ability, he gave me a promotion, what I applied for. In my own merit, I applied and went through the test and everything. And so I became her level. And the manager kept an eye on her, but those days they never disciplined. But she was told that if ever she does it again, she'll be sacked. But those days there was nothing like disciplinary or nothing, So she was still working there. And I was in the same office, but I never spoke to her. I became in charge of a section, of a major account section. I wanted my office mixed people. So because I had an opportunity to go through the applications, I used to look through and I used to pick mix, not just white, not just Indian, not just black, because I wanted to make my office integrated very well with different colors, talk about culture. And then I stayed with the airline for 24 years, 5 months. But while I was working there, I did quite a lot of voluntary work because I wanted to because children were growing up, children were in senior school and then uni. So I was quite free to do what I wanted. And so I joined an Asian organization. And then from there I joined victim support scheme, supporting victims of crime. And then from then on, I was recommended, so Racial Equality Council approached me. Then I was a board of visitor at the prison, that you are appointed from the government. And then I also did looking after prisoners when they come from the prison and try to get them together with the family, and you serve coffee and support them. And then I also did a lay visiting in the prison, when the prison custody working in a custody with the police, to make sure that the prisoners are treated well, are fed, everything after it was on a duty. And I just decided to progress myself. So I did voluntary work for victim support 27 years. When I heard all the racial incidents happen to the victims, it upset me. It upset me so much. But it made me stronger because I wanted to help them. I didn't want to shy away from it. I wanted to fight for them.